So now we're going to look at another example that's similar, and it's Laura, and she has to pay her student loans. So it says Laura owes $18,000 on her student loans. The interest rate on the bank loan is 2.5%, and the interest on the federal loan is 6.9%. The total amount of interest she paid last year was $1,066. What was the principal for each loan? So we're going to do a chart similar to what we did before, a 4x4 chart. Let's see. I should make the one box bigger. Okay, and there's two loans. She has a bank loan, and then she has a federal loan. And they each have a certain percentage rate that they're charging in interest. Now we're going to take those percents and change them to decimals. So for the bank loan, it was 2.5% or 0.025. And then for the federal loan, it was 6.9 or 0.069 for that. Now, it doesn't tell us, what she paid in interest for them combined. They're treated separately. So, but we know in the end that she is paying $1,066 for the interest. Okay, so I kind of fill in the chart this way. There's no magic to it really. And the amount that she borrowed, well, we don't know how much she borrowed from the bank, and we don't know how much she borrowed from the federal loan. We do know, though, together that she had $18,000 in loans, okay? So then we are going to multiply across. So this tells us how much interest she's paying on the bank loan, 0.025x. So that percentage of the amount she borrowed, and 0 for the federal loan, 0.069y. That's how much she's going to pay on the federal loan, and that's the interest amount. So we have two equations. We'll save the easier equation for the end. We'll take the more complicated one, which is this one. So the interest that she pays on the bank loan plus the interest that she pays on the federal loan is going to equal 1,066. Now, because of the decimals, I'm going to go ahead and multiply this equation by 1,000 to clear the decimals. So then I'm going to have 25x plus 69y equals, and then this is going to be a big number. Okay. So that's that equation. The other equation is going to come from right here, that the two amounts, the x that she's borrowing from the bank plus the y from the federal loan, that's totaling 18,000. Now I'm going to multiply that by a -25. And I'm doing that so that I'm looking ahead. I'm going to cancel with that 25x there. So if I distribute, I get -25x. So I'm writing this equation now right there. -25x minus 25y equals, and then I'm going to pull out my calculator to multiply this. So it's going to be 18,000 times 25, but I'll have to make it negative. So -450,000. Okay, so that looks okay. Okay, so when I add these together, I'm going to get, the x's are going to cancel out. I'm going to have 44y, and then I'm going to have over here, if I do that subtraction, I think I'm going to get 616,000. All right, I'm going to divide both sides by 44. And I'm going to do that on the calculator as well. So I think I'm getting 14,000 that she's borrowing from the federal, on the federal loan, okay? Now, that was a higher percentage rate, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So from the federal loan, the amount was $14,000. And then from the bank loan, the amount she borrowed was $4,000. Now, a lot of times students will ask, where did you get the $4,000? Remember that it comes from this equation here. We wanted them to total to be $18,000. So that's where that comes from. And that's the answer. You can check it.